Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a home facial with some DIY recipes. So hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy. So first you want to, the first thing you want to do with a facial is clean your face. Now, I have really oily skin and sometimes it's really hard to keep all that oil out. But first, of course, get your face wet. And you guys know how to wash your face, hopefully. But the one thing that I use for my skin are, things that are good for oily skin, which, things like charcoal, turmeric is also very good. And another thing that I will be doing in this facial, which is steaming. So the cleanser that I use is by Garnier, and it's a charcoal based cleanser, and it can be used either as a cleanser or a mask. That's the really great thing about it, and it feels really nice and tingly. And if you leave it on as a mask, it just does even better cleaning. Now I have a brush, a facial brush. I don't use it every day, but it does help when you want to do a deeper clean. If you have really sensitive skin, it may not be a good idea to use a brush unless you're using it very gently. But if you do use one, make sure you put it in a circular motion, not just like a scrubbing, hard and abrasively, but in a gentle circular motion. And after you clean all of that out with warm water, the next thing that you're going to want to do is exfoliate. Now, I've made my own DIY scrub using turmeric, honey, and salt. And I specifically use pink Himalayan salt because it has really good properties in it, and it's actually really good to cook with, especially if you like salt but need low sodium. That's pink Himalayan salt is better for you. And the turmeric is really good for people who have oily skin. For those of you who just even wanted to make a mask, using turmeric, if you have oily skin, you can just use turmeric powder and honey, and just leave that on for about 10 minutes and it will work just as well. And now you have all of that cleaned off, you are going to basically, I'm seeing how my skin feels a lot cleaner and less oily from all of that, so it really does work. And now I'm gonna do this famous charcoal mask. And the charcoal mask, I did it before actually to test it out, and it works pretty well. I think because I did it before, it's not gonna give me like super great results, but the one thing that I'm adding in here is tea tree oil, which is gonna give it a deeper clean and more of a medicated feel to it. And yes, I am using a old leave-in conditioner container because they are really great for making your own little mixes and stuff. So keep your containers, guys, because you never know what you'll need it for. And now I'm about to just mix this up with a plastic fork because that looks better than using my hands, but it's practically just gonna look like black glue, so you can put this on as kind of thick as you want. I will say that once it dries, you know, and you peel it off, it is going to hurt a little bit. But if you're sensitive to pain, I would recommend just rinsing it off with a cloth. And I mean, you may not see the whole thing where people peel it off and you see the white heads come out. So if you want to see that, then you're gonna have to peel it off. But otherwise, if your skin is really sensitive and you can't take the pain, especially around certain areas of your face, then you might just want to rinse it off. And pretty much you're gonna look like that afterwards. Or if you just want to do your nose, you can do that too. You don't have to do your whole face. Okay, so here comes the fun part with peeling it off. This time for some reason it was not easy, and I think that's because I applied a thinner layer of it than I usually did. So yeah, it's coming off, but it's not coming off the way that I wanted it to. So keep that in mind, that you may want to use a little bit more, possibly a little bit more charcoal than like 1 cap or 2 caps. Maybe use a little bit more, and that might help it to come off a little easier. But meanwhile, basically what I did was, since I kind of didn't peel it off, I rinsed it off. I was able, from still using the mask, to squeeze out a lot of the whiteheads that were around my nose, and you can see that they kind of just came out a lot easier. So it's really nasty, but that's what happens when you have oily skin. And I actually did it too hard because now I bruised my nose. So be careful, guys. Don't hurt yourself trying to do this, but it's okay. It'll heal up really quickly. Okay, so just after doing all of that with the mask, my skin pretty much feels great and amazing, and it's pretty soft. I still have blemishes, and everything, but it's key thing to doing with this is repetition. Now I'm adding a toner, and an easy toner is just apple cider vinegar and a little bit of water, especially for oily skin. But even if you don't, instead of buying a toner that has a bunch of other chemicals, I feel less ingredients are better. So you can just take a cotton swab and use apple cider vinegar with some water. Don't put it on directly without the water, because you don't want it to be too harsh on your skin. Now I'm adding an oil for my moisturizer, but I'm adding water to the oil, and I'm using jojoba oil. And I love this one that I got. I got it in Burlington, actually, and it smells really good. and it has a dropper, so that way you don't use too much of it. And I pretty much just use like 2 drops and added water to my face and just massage that in. Um, it's important that you do moisturize your skin even if you do have oily skin, because if you don't, it doesn't help to clean out the bad dirty oils that are stuck in your face. So oil kind of dissolves oil. Good oil dissolves bad oil. So make sure that you do use a moisturizer of some sort, with minimal oil in it, but it's still good to have a oil. Now I'm done and my face feels really great and shiny and awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if anything, maybe you got some tips or ideas for what to do with your face. Anyway, stay tuned and bye guys.